Hi class. So my presentation today is on New Zealand and the effects of climate change, both its possible effects and effects that are known to be taking place today. So New Zealand, before we start off, I'd like to give you some information on this region. The country of New Zealand is an island country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean, and the country geographically comprises two main land masses, that of the North Island and the South Island. As well as numerous smaller islands, as you can see here and here. Its capital is Wellington, and the currency is the New Zealand dollar. It is a part of the Oceania continent, and its population is at 4.471 million. Official languages spoke here are English, Maori, and New Zealand Sign Language. So, climate change. What is climate change? Well, tenacious human activities like driving cars, farming, burning coal, and cutting down forests produce greenhouse gases, mainly carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Such types of gases gather in the atmosphere and wrap around the Earth, entrapping the sun's heat. The more greenhouse gases we emit, the faster the world's climate heat goes up. This process is often called global warming, but it is better to think of it as climate change because it is likely to bring about more extreme events such as floods, storms, cyclones, droughts, and landslips, rather than an increase in temperature alone. Climate change could have significant impacts on our economy, environment, and the way we live. Such change are already becoming evident and has not only been noticeably affecting New Zealand, but other parts of the world as well. So extra heat is kept in the air by greenhouse gases produced from human activity. Unless heat is able to be released into space, some heat is naturally kept in by gases in the air like water vapor, and some heat is released into space. Some sunlight is bounced back into space. Here are some likely climate changes to occur in New Zealand. Higher temperatures, more in the North Island than the South, rising sea levels, more frequent extreme weather events such as droughts, especially in the east of New Zealand, and floods. Also, a change in rainfall patterns, higher rainfall in the west and less in the east. Here's a more summarized table showing issues and its main points. So for the first issue, we have higher temperatures, and its main point is an increase in electricity due to higher demand for aircon in the summer, but also a reduction in the demand for winter heating, meaning less cost for bill payers. Flooding. More frequent intense winter rainfalls are expected to increase the likelihood of flooding and flash flooding when urban drainage systems become overwhelmed. Water resources. Heightened demand for water during hot, dry summer days. Reduced soil moisture and groundwater supplies due to longer summers with higher temperatures and lower rainfalls. Lower river flows in summer and higher in winter. Lower river flows in summer will raise water temperatures and aggravate water quality problems. Health. Higher levels of mortality related to summer heat is expected. Higher winter temperatures would be likely to lead to a reduction in winter-related mortalities and illnesses such as colds and the flu. Biodiversity. Warmer weather would favor conditions for increased competition in exotic species, as well as the spread of diseases and pests affecting both fauna and flora. Rising temperatures will also reduce critical habitats and increase the risk of localized extinction. Summer droughts will cause stress to lowland forests. Earlier springs and longer frost-free seasons could affect timing of bird egg laying, as well as the emergence, first flowering, and health of leafing or flower planting. Built environment. Increased temperatures may reduce comfort of occupants in domestic, commercial, and public buildings, and lead to business disruption. Transport. Hotter summer days may damage elements of transport infrastructures, causing buckled railway lines and rutted roads. Business and finance. Households may find it more difficult to access adequate insurance coverage in the face of increased flood risk. Fruit and vegetables Fruit and vegetable growers may find it more expensive to insure against weather-related damages. The risk management of potential climate change impacts may provide significant opportunities for business. It says, evidence of climate change occurring in New Zealand. Over the past decade, Northland has been switching from devastating floods to devastating droughts within months of each other. Record-breaking rainfall in winter and dry patches in summer have been recorded. Popular lakes in New Zealand recorded their warmest temperatures in nearly a decade over the peak summer months of January and February of 2015. There has also been a reporting in rising sea levels along the coastal lines. What is being done? Well, from most recent report by EnviroLink, in December of 2015, there will be a global climate change negotiations talk held in Paris. The central goal of the Paris talks will be to build on the draft agreement developed earlier to achieve a legally binding and universal agreement on climate change response from all nations of the world. If these talks are successful, they will achieve a binding and universal agreement on reduction of greenhouse gas emissions for the first time in 20 years. The new agreement is proposed to take effect from 2020, and New Zealand will be involved in the negotiations. So basically, representatives from all over the world will be getting together during this time and coming up with possible solutions and agreements on what they each can do to reduce these gases and possibly reduce the global climate changes and global warming effects. For more information on climate change and how it could affect your region, you can visit www.epa.gov/climate change/impacts-adaptation/. This concludes my presentation, and thank you guys for listening.